Thank you for watching. In the last episode you've seen me make the last rear fender that I needed to make to turn this RC4WD Gelande II into a Kahn Defender. Again, Kahn makes this really beefed up, yeah, sort of like built out version of a Defender. Looks a bit more manly, a bit more macho and a bit more intimidating than the standard Land Rover Defender. Has these really bulky arches going on, different grille, the hood scoop, all those type of things. The only alteration that I made to the body since the last episode is I made some, yeah, I don't even know what to call them, some ridges on the roof. You'll be seeing a close-up of that because I'll go over it. Just to mimic what's going on in the actual full-size Land Rover Defender, because that roof is not as flat as you would think it is, looking at the RC4WD Gelande II body. Anyway, today I'll be focusing on the interior. If I take the shell off really quick, without ruining too much hopefully, you'll be able to see that I made some inner fenders. I made this of 2mm of styrene. It was pretty simple to do. The only thing that I did was I unscrewed the front shock hoops so I could put my styrene against the chassis. That way I didn't have to make a template and I could start cutting straight away. And I shaped them in an L. Let's see if I can tilt this over a tiny bit without tossing everything out. And I did that because I want to fit mud flaps as well in the front as in the back. And in the front there's no way to attach it. If you look at the hard body, there's nothing going on underneath. Let's see if I keep it over here, you'll be able to see that. So I needed to fabricate something myself, and well, what better way to do that than using styrene. So I made sure I bought some extra, and I was able to make this in a really simple fashion. The next step will be the interior. I already made a tiny bit of a head start. Nothing is glued in yet. You'll be shifting to a close-up of what I'm showing you over here. I made a new center console, or I'm in the process of making one, just to give it a bit more of a modern look, because the outside of that Gelande Kahn Defender body is also looking quite modern. So I need to continue that on the inside to make sure I copy the original as close as possible. Another thing that's going on in the Kahn Defender, opposed to the Land Rover Defender, is it has 4 bucket seats. So I need to get rid of the original seats, which are kind of yeah, dull looking. These are really yeah, just for regular use, have no side support, I would imagine, in everyday setup. And the Kahn is a bit more of a sporty off-roader, so the Kahn comes with real sports, real bucket seats, really nice trimmings on it. Everything is, I believe, hand-stitched. If you go to the Kahn design website, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So they have some really high-quality finish on the interior going on, and of course I need to replicate that over here in 10 scale. In order to fit the 2 bucket seats in the back, I need to take out those 4 emergency seats that you will find on the floor panel. I already took off 2, and I did that not using any tools. And I will explain you how I did that. This was a great tip that I came across on one of the forums. They're listed below. You can tell right here, again you'll be moving to a close-up. Right here I already took off those 2 emergency seats on the left side of the car. And I still need to take these 2 off, but you'll be here to witness that happen. Again, I'm not going to use any tools. The only thing that I'm going to use to accomplish that is this, some sewing thread. This is an excellent way to cut your hard plastics. People use this to cut up your bodies. There's a few people who use sewing thread, for example, to split up a Land Rover D90 body, which is this one. That's the shorter version, the 2-door, and to extend it to make it into the D110, the 4-door version. They also use an extended chassis. I didn't want to make a 4-door, so I did not go ahead and cut the body up because I had no need to do it. But also, if you want, for example, the doors to open, the sewing thread is an excellent solution because you get a much finer cut and a much cleaner cut than you would ever get with a Dremel, for example. Anyway, enough talking. I'll be moving the camera a tiny bit. You'll be seeing my lap. I'm not sure if that's really inviting to see, but you'll be seeing me keeping this part on my lap because that's just the easiest way to cut it for me. Okay, well, prepare for some really terrible, awkward filming because I'll be touching the camera, angling it down and whatnot. I just don't want to do this whole yippity yap of you staring at my groin because that would be weird and awkward, and I don't want to feel awkward, you don't want to feel awkward, so let's not do that. I put the tripod on the table. I hope that it will be able to register everything. Right here I got the interior that you would find in your Gelande 2 kit. Again, I'm looking away from the camera because this is a different camera than I normally use. You take out your door cards. I mocked this up just really quick to have a look how everything would fit inside that hard body. I take off the backrest of those front seats and the ones in the back over here. Now I already got two of those seats out and I will show you what that looks like, and I hope that will kind of tell you somewhat of what a clean cut you can actually achieve with that thread. You can still hear my computer bleeping in the background. That will be like a running joke all the way through 2014 as well. Anyway, you'll be focusing on my lap right now, I hope, if I can angle the camera properly. Yes, you can see what I'm actually up to. Not that you think I'm doing something awkward here, because that's not my intention. Kind of clamp this between my knees. Make sure not to clamp too hard. I don't know if you guys have seen that James Bond movie where that woman does some serious damage with her upper legs, but I don't know how strong you are in that area, but just clamp it gently. Get some sewing thread. This one is pretty strong. You can kind of instantly tell if you have the right type of thread just by giving it a brief pull like that. And if it doesn't break, it will do the job. This is black. You can choose any color. If you want to use pink for the job, then that's fine as well. And you start really simple by gently just going back and forward until you feel that it starts to cut. This might be tedious. I might speed it up a tiny bit, fast forward it for you guys, but right now I got that start. And in this case I want to follow the line of that floor panel. You can kind of tell when you need to get a bit more thread, get a bit more of that sewing thread out, because it feels really coarse at first, and then all of a sudden it starts to slip a bit, and as soon as it starts to slip, it will tend to heat up, and once it starts heating up, that's where it wants to snap on you. Again, I'm new at styrene building, so all of these techniques are also new to me. So I'm not achieving some really complicated stuff here or whatnot. And you will also see it if it goes wrong, because I might snap the thread. Right now I'm past that first bit of the seat, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell. You are. That's a really super straight cut. That's one, just with a thread. It's incredible. I felt like MacGyver first time it happened. There's so many cool techniques and useful tips that you can find on forums. I highly suggest, if you want to tackle a project and you're not sure what you're doing, just like I was when I started building this Kahn. You know, just go read up, spend some time reading, spend some time asking, because asking never hurts. There are no stupid questions. Go on YouTube, well, as you are right now, go watch a lot of videos. There's plenty of cool videos out there. There's people making amazing things both in styrene, in wood, paint wise. It's awesome. There's such an amount of stuff to discover. And I've been doing this hobby for, well, over a decade, and I still discover new stuff every week. And it never ceases to amaze me what people come up with. Like for instance this thread cutting technique. I'm trying to keep quiet because if I will speed this up afterwards you will hear a really funny high squeaking noise, because I can make that right now on my new editing software. Just to show you what that would sound like, I'll do a bit of yapping right now. Just a tiny bit more. Now, there I got it, a completely flat rear on the car. Of course, my rear is kind of flat as well, but complete flat floor. I can build this up with styrene. I got some diamond plate on order. Kahn finishes their cars with some diamond plate on the flooring. I need to alter the camera here. With some diamond plate on the flooring. Either diamond plate or teak is what you would find in an actual Kahn Defender. I think if you would want leather on the floor, that they would do that as well for you. But for me, I'm going to use diamond plate scaled down. So that's what's going to be on the floor over here, and then on top of that I'm going to put 2 bucket seats, and I'm going to try and replicate those Kahn seats as close as I possibly can. Well, that's that, how to really simply but effectively cut your plastic. Hope you find it useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns or whatsoever, leave me a comment in the box below. If you want to join me on Facebook and be a bit ahead of what's going on here on YouTube, I have the slowest internet connection on the planet. So often what you see here has taken place like a week ago, and that's just because my upload speed really isn't all that. So if you want to be a tiny bit ahead of what's going on over here, make sure to like the Facebook page, so you can see my progress from day to day. And I even might squeeze in the odd cat picture there. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, take care.